The boy wanted to feel what it was like to be an adult, so he locked his parents in a 15-meter deep pit. Then he drove to a nearby ATM. Mike used his memory to enter his dad's bank card PIN. To his surprise, the account had $750,000 in it. Mike was very pleased. He had prepared for all this for an entire week. Originally, he planned to put sleeping pills into lemonade, but to test the exact dosage, he decided to experiment on the family's gardener first. Soon the man collapsed to the ground. Mike quickly ran over to check. After confirming he was fully unconscious, he gave the gardener $100 as compensation. That night the whole family drank the lemonade and passed out. Mike then dragged each of them out of the house, loaded them onto a garbage truck, and dumped them into a deep pit. It was actually an old air raid shelter hidden deep in the forest. No one would ever find them there. Soon his sister Annie woke up, terrified by the strange surroundings. She quickly woke up the rest of the family, but no one knew what had happened. The father guessed it must have something to do with Mike, to keep outsiders from interfering with his plan. Mike imitated his parents' voices to fire the gardener, and rejected all scheduled events and their names. Then he went to the bank, withdrew $300 from the ATM, because the first step of adulthood was learning how to spend money. While eating, he remembered his family hadn't eaten all day, so he packed fried chicken in water and went to the pit. His parents were thrilled to see him, but Mike just stood there silently. They thought he'd been kidnapped, and told him to call the police, but Mike simply tossed the food down and walked away. The family nearly lost their minds. Desperate, they tried to climb out, but the 15-meter pit was far too deep. That night a rainstorm made things even worse. Luckily, the next morning, Mike returned with clean clothes, again saying nothing as he threw them down. At least the family wouldn't get sick. Meanwhile, Mike invited friends over to eat and play. To him, this was the ideal adult life. No rules from parents, no stress from studying, but the people in the pit were suffering. Mike hadn't brought them food in 3 days. The mother even started eating moldy banana peels. Mike went back to the ATM, withdrew $10,000 and gave it to his friends, because he heard adult friendships were maintained with money. Back home, he found his mom's friend had shown up. He lied and said the family went to visit grandpa, then tried to keep her from leaving, but the woman got suspicious and left quickly. Soon the police arrived. Luckily, Mike had already locked the doors, and made the house look empty. The police searched and left without finding anything. Mike had escaped again. After experiencing everything about adulthood, Mike started to feel bored, so he began learning how to cook. He brought the meals he made to the pit. His starving parents devoured the food. Mike sat at the pit's edge watching them eat, because adult life had left him feeling lonely and empty. Every night he played with remote lights in the mansion alone, watching his family sleep in the pit below. Mike shed tears of regret, but he was also afraid of their revenge. Soon he came up with a plan. The next morning he lowered a ladder into the pit. His father climbed out, but saw no sign of Mike nearby. When they returned home, they found Mike floating in the pool. The father rushed over to save him, only to realize he was just playing a breath-holding game. To the family it felt like a challenge. From then on, no one dared to scold Mike. They decided to forget everything that had happened, and the pit was filled in by the father with a bulldozer, as if nothing had ever happened.